Hi, I'm Charlotte. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my home. I wanted to do an updated apartment tour. I've done a few over the years. So I have 3 goals with this video. 1, to show you my apartment when it's like off season, not holiday decor, and just show you kind of how I like my general decor. I love mid-century, kitschy, vintage, colorful. I have a lot of like hobbies and collections, and so does my husband. So we also have 2 dogs and 1 cat in our 2-bedroom apartment. So I just wanted to show you like kind of how it looks throughout the year. My second goal is if I can inspire you at all, not that we have to like the same things. I know my interests are a little bit niche and I'm sure yours are too, but I just want to inspire anyone to lean into what they love, because for me, life is so much more fun and fulfilling when I just lean into what I like and all my little collections and hobbies and the things that just basically make me me. I would love to encourage you to be whatever makes you you, because I think that's so beautiful. And also I think as a renter, sometimes you might feel like, I don't know how long I'm gonna live here. Is it really worth contact papering all the countertops? And to that I would say yes. I am so glad that I have done the modifications I've done to this apartment, so I'll show you as we go. And so if I can inspire anybody to just make their nest a little more reflecting of who they are, I think that's so fulfilling and makes life so fun. So that's my second goal. And my third goal is just, if you haven't been to a friend's house in a little while, I'd love for you to just have the relaxing feeling of coming over to a friend's house. Let me fix you a drink, sit down, enjoy the air conditioning, put your feet up. And just that like comfy, cozy feeling of being at somebody else's house that's hopefully a welcoming, inviting place. I try with my space, and I would just like to offer that to you, because I know we don't all get to like go to our friends' houses that much anymore. I don't know, is that true? I feel like it is. So those are my goals, and I just want you to come on over. So I'll show you what's here in my little entryway. I have this kind of faux mid-century style mirror. It's just from Amazon, but I love things with that mid-century starburst. This is one of my greatest treasures in life. This is a cross stitch that my mom made. My cousin just recently found this and gave it to me, so it's really, really special. Cross stitching is like one of the hobbies I picked up from her after she was gone, so it means a lot that I have some of her cross stitch, not just mine. Up here I have a little lucky horseshoe. It has our family name on it. We got it at Knott's Berry Farm, where you can like watch the blacksmith make the horseshoe right in front of you. It's kind of fun. And this is just like, you know, basic entryway storage solution. I have some vintage embroidery throughout the house that is so special to me. My friend Bobby Jean actually gave me some things that were in her family, so I just treasure them so much. This is just kind of a funky little tissue box that looks like an old-timey radio. One of the things I like to collect are vintage ashtrays. I like to use them as catch-alls, so this got keys and whatnot. And yeah, it's just some trinkets my dad brought me from his travels when I was a kid. Just little entryway knickknacks here. We have coat closet on that side. And then here, this is actually one of my kind of favorite nooks in my house. First of all, does anybody remember these styles of chairs? My grandma had one, and I was so fascinated by it as a kid. Like the seat lifts up and it becomes step stools. Anybody remember these? They're really hard to find vintage, and they're usually in really bad condition. But I actually found this reproduction one on Amazon, and I just love it. Like, it's so handy because it's my step stool that I can move around the house, and it's also a chair. And best of all, it reminds me of my grandma, and it just feels so cozy to have that old-fashioned thing here. But then I have this little console table. It's got extra kitchen and china storage in it. But I also store one of my favorite collections, another collection. There's gonna be so many collections in this video. But these are Madonna in glasses, so we'll grab one of those for you in a second. But up here, I've got just some kind of general things that make me happy. This is where I often do a lot of seasonal decorating, so it's kind of fun to have my, like I said, off-season, year-round stuff. I have a collection of family photos over here. I have this vintage Disneyland tray, another ashtray. I also like to collect vintage matchbooks, so I like to sprinkle those around my house. Plants, I collect plants. Can you call that a collection? I don't think of them as a collection because they're living creatures, but I love all my plants. This little circular shelf, which is from Target, I adore. And I currently have my salt and pepper collection up here. So much fun. This was my mom's recipe box, so that's another sentimental special thing. Oh my gosh, these are my babies. This is the collection of life that I hope one day I'll be here showing you that I have the whole set. But right now I just have this. This was from the 1950s by the brand Lefton, and these are their bluebirds. Look how cute they are. The little pink flower. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So cute. So these are creamers. The cream pours out its mouth. Like, it's just the most whimsical, joyful way to start your day. This one, I wouldn't really call it a coffee mug. It's pretty tiny. I think it's more like a milk mug, but just, they fill me with so much joy. I'm constantly looking for those things. They're so hard to find, and they go for a fortune on eBay. So I just have a few pieces, but I treasure them so much. And another thing I love to collect is anything to do with Florida. I'm a Florida girl that I grew up there, so I'm very fond of Florida and oranges, especially because I live in Southern California now, so it's like the oranges and I just go together. So I have this little vintage pitcher and juice glass. These salt and pepper shakers are so cute. And I just think that stuff is really fun. Some more plants, my record player. This is just a modern record player. Love listening to records. I have this here, which is kind of cool. It says now spinning, and you put whatever record you're currently listening to. I have the soundtrack to this old movie because it's summertime. Okay, but I'm being so rude. As soon as someone comes into my house, I always have to offer them a drink. So let me get you one of my treasured Madonna Inn goblets. I wish I knew your favorite color. Maybe you can comment below this video and let me know. But I will give you one of my most treasured one. I think it's got this white rim and it's see-through pink. So the Madonna Inn is a hotel in California from the 50s, and they make this just, well, they sell this gorgeous glassware. So it's really fun to collect. But let me get you a beverage. We'll talk about the kitchen in a second, but I wish I knew what you want to drink. I'm hoping it might be homemade tea because I just made a batch of iced tea, and I just think that's like a very cozy, inviting drink in the summertime, so refreshing. So let me fix that up for you. We have the ice, we have the tea, and listen, you can take the girl out of the South, but you can't take the South out of the girl, so there's a little sugar in there. You probably thought I was gonna say whiskey. No, just a little bit of sugar, and we have to add some lemon. I noticed at restaurants they always have lemon prepped in advance, so I just thought that's such a good idea. Make it so much easier to always have a little something special to add to your drink. And I also have some homegrown mint. I love mint in my tea, so hopefully you do too. Because at least symbolically, this is your glass of tea. So there we go. I would love to offer this to you. And I totally spilled, I spilled the tea. I spilled your tea, but that's okay. It's cold and delicious and refreshing, and I hope you can imagine some of that. Cheers. Okay, so let's talk about the kitchen. I feel like there's a lot to talk about. I kind of put the kitsch in kitchen. I have a really old video. Okay, first of all, my whole apartment is brought to you by contact paper. So I have some before photos. I can show you what this looked like when we moved in, but it was just a very generic, very, very beige everything. Stainless steel appliances and like a dark patterned countertop and a really weird beige flooring that I never liked. So enter all of these changes. And I have an old video when I made all of these changes. I put this contact paper on the counters 3 years ago. I cannot vouch for this contact paper more vehemently. It was such a joy to work with, really easy to put on, relatively speaking. And it has held up for 3 years. I have spilled wine, hot sauce, tomato sauce, just all of the staining things on this countertop. And like, you know, sometimes you don't notice till the next morning, but it just wipes right up, no stains. It has just a couple little dings. Like it's due to be replaced, but it's gonna probably be a little while before I am ready to tackle that chore again. But I'm so glad I did it, because when I look at the kitchen, I see brightness overall, because it's this bright terrazzo style contact paper, and it just makes all the difference in my mood. Then just for me personally, I wasn't drawn to like the dark countertops. It made it feel dark in here to me. So I just love that. And then the flooring. So the flooring, unfortunately, did not hold up as well from that video 3 years ago if you were to dig that up. I don't recommend the flooring I tried in that one. It was an adhesive black and white tiles. It didn't work out so great. This one I love. Like, I love the look of it. It's actually like stickers, like contact paper stickers that you order pre-cut to whatever size tiles you have and just apply them. They go on so easily. I didn't have any bubbling. You can see some of the texture of the original tile underneath, but it doesn't really bother me. The only reason I don't know if I can recommend these either is they did just get a couple of like dings. I don't know if I dropped something. I don't know what happened there. Overall, I think it's worth it because it's relatively affordable to just completely change the look of the space. So I will link it below, but whatever I did to get some dings in there is a bummer. But you can just replace a single tile. Like, it's literally a sticker that you peel up and replace. And I have had zero problem with it peeling up on its own. So I do recommend it in that way. Like, I think it looks great. I love seeing something with a visual impact like that instead of just the beige tile, personally. Then I've got blue contact paper on my fridge and on my dishwasher. I wish I could figure out how to do the rest of my appliances, but it just doesn't quite work with that space. Maybe I'll get that figured out though, because wouldn't that really complete the kitschy look in here? And just a random side note, I'm filming on the wide lens on my iPhone. I'm not trying to be misleading and make my space seem huge because it's not, you know, it's a 2-bedroom apartment in the burbs of LA. I'm actually grateful for how spacious it is. I can't remember the square footage, like a little over $1,000, but it's a tiny little kitchen, but I sure cook and bake a lot in here, considering. But I just have the widescreen on so you can hopefully see everything. All right, we've got dog food. This little mat is by the brand Fred. I think they have the cutest stuff. And then I got that little feeder at TJ Maxx. I was so happy it was the same aqua color as I have in here. What else? Actually, this is Fred brand too, I think. I love Fred brand. And if you've seen my what's in my bag videos, I have some stuff from them. This is like the holy grail vintage cookie jar. Another thing I collect are cookie jars. I have been looking for this one to replace one that I had that I really loved. So I'm so happy to have it. It's just, you know, ultimate kitsch. It has these like little cookies all over it. So that's really cute. This is a vase by the brand Bando. Love their stuff as well. And I usually keep like just a big bunch of chamomile flowers or something like this in my kitchen. It's so bright and fun. These are just generic pink canisters. They actually have chalkboard little thing on them, but my friend who has a Cricut machine made these cute labels for me. I like to have a little thing of sink flowers. This is a mid-century single vase that I have. And these are actually some flowers from my balcony. I'm gonna have to take you out there. I like to have what I call a scentscape, which is where I have a themed scent. So right now I'm using Champagne Toast from Bath & Body Works. So I have the soap and the lotion there. Let's see, paper towel dispenser, more plants. This was a really cool thrift find recently. It's like a vintage scale that they used to use, I think, in a shop. It has a clock on the other side. So cool. And then coffee. This coffee pot is by Nostalgia Electrics. I love their stuff. I think it's great. I found this donut cookie jar at, where was it at? Home Goods or something? World Market, a long time ago. But little eclectic things here. That's a cross stitch that I made. That's a vintage creamer and sugar. We also have a Keurig. We are coffee fanatics in this household. I love this thing. I don't know if you have like an adhesive thing on your Keurig, but that holds the pods, so that's really nice. I also have some twinkle lights all along under here. They're LED lights. They're not like my favorite. I wish they were a little warmer, but they work really well for adding like ambient lighting in the kitchen. Champagne toast candle, my beloved strawberry teapot. I always have one of my home sewn embroidered towels hanging on my little bar there, so it just makes me feel cozy. I have this, the famous $450 mixer that I found in the trash and spray painted pink. This is my pride and joy. I love this thing. What else? Bread box, blender, toaster, also from Nostalgia Electrics brand. Really cute. And okay, let's look up. So my above counter space, it's a lot. Might be a bit much, a little cluttered, I don't know. But I kind of wanted it to feel like an antique store that I would buy everything they had. Like all my favorite thrift and antique finds and things. So I have a bunch of my cookie jar collection. Some of these were really special gifts from you guys, so that means a lot to me. Look at these. This brand, the squirrel, is called Twin Winton. It's a mid-century brand that is just so charming. I think the designers were actually Disney designers. I think I heard that somewhere. So they make like just charming woodland creatures. I love them. And I have Pyrex. If you know, you know. Vintage Pyrex is like so much fun to collect. Very expensive, unfortunately, so that's all I have, but I love the pink and the turquoise. I really want to collect more of that. I also have my reproduction vintage Tupperware bowls. I love all these things. And I think that sums it up for the kitchen and the entry, so let's move on into the rest of the house. I feel like we have to talk about our aquarium. Let's see, should I put you on wide angle again? Yeah, it's so fun. These are, our fishies are all hiding right now. But this is a 10-gallon aquarium. It's called Biorb. It's a really, really cool globe-shaped aquarium. We have a little bit of like a moon landing theme with our decor. And my husband's just really passionate about researching all of that and taking amazing care of our fishies. He like hand painted with non-toxic paint this floating earth. And he's always giving them like healthy treats and taking amazing care of them. So it's just really fun to have, and you can change the lighting on it. Might not show because it's, oh, it shows. But yeah, those are our fishy friends. They get the best possible care. I promise all of the animals in my home get spoiled rotten. Then from here we have a view into the living room, but before that I'll tell you about the bar. So these bar stools I've had forever. They're actually red. I love red, but I thought that the bright like aqua color would kind of match our house better. So that was a fun random DIY project I took on recently. Then we have a little bar cart over here. This is cool. This is a vintage liquor dispenser and you like pump into the shot glasses. So fun. I love to collect vintage swizzle sticks. They make it really just feel extra special when you pop one into a drink. And here's the view of the kitchen from the other side of the bar. I love it. I love it. It all makes me feel cozy, and like all the bright colors just make me happy. So that is what I wish for you, whatever makes you happy in your house. Speaking of what makes us happy in this house, Batman. My husband's a huge Batman fan, and this is his beloved display case. He specifically collects these black and white Batman figurines. So he loves to have them on display here. I have a nice big plant on top. And then we have the living room. So I have those same LED lights around the ceiling in here. Again, I wish they were a little warmer. Like I usually have Christmas lights year round and I think they're so much more charming, but these are better. So I'm adjusting to this quality of like LED light. I don't know if it really looks very good on camera, but I love to have twinkle lights year round. That's just a must for me. We have our couch from Living Spaces. We have the world's best blanket that's now sold out. I am not so vain as to think I had anything to do with it selling out, but I hope you guys snapped it up the first million times I talked about it. The decor in here is like vintage travel posters for places we've lived. So we have Vegas, Orlando, Los Angeles, Tybee Island, Georgia, tons of plants. There's a puppy. This is little Miss Cindy. Say hi. Oh, is your tongue out? Oh my goodness. Hi, baby. You're so cute. Hi. This is a little rescue that we adopted a couple years ago. She had broken ribs and she was on the streets, but she's doing so good now. Okay, what else? Coffee table. I can't remember where this is from. I don't know. Online somewhere. But I like anything that has that sort of mid-century shape to it. I have an orchid that's kind of struggling. Hopefully she's going to do okay. Champagne toast candle, vintage ashtray that I adore. And then this is actually a lighter. It's one of those electric lighters. But it's handy to have that out here. I love those coasters too. Drinks on me, so cute. More vintage embroidery. So special. I adore it. And this is my little corner, like my cozy corner where I sit and do my embroidery. So these side tables have a little storage underneath, and I have all my embroidery stuff in there. And I just love sitting there. It's so comfy. This is kind of the bane of my tidy existence. This little cart here, it has our laptops and chargers and things, and it's so hard to keep it tidy. But got my gorgeous big Dracaena tree here. This is a really cool piece we just thrifted. I'm kind of proud of myself for having the eye to spot this. But it is a vintage cabinet from a brand called Clark's O&T. It was like a vintage thread company. And I thought that was really cool how it had the original labels from the shop. And it goes for like $1,000 online, and I got it for 30 bucks. So I was pretty happy with that. I also always like to have a little candle on my windowsill if I'm home to babysit it. And I have a diffuser diffusing a little aromatherapy blend right now. I just wanted to mention, because I feel like there'll be comments like, I know there are some theories about essential oils and pets. So everybody could do their own research and do what they feel comfortable with on that. I don't run the diffuser like when my cat is out here. But I do what I feel comfortable with, and I hope you guys do too. But I love to have a house that smells good, and I think the diffuser is very comforting, like how it's always got that little wisp of little tendril of steam rising. It just, the mist, I don't know, I love it. So I like to run that occasionally, responsibly. Over here, okay, wait, these curtains we have got to talk about. I adore pink so much, and my darling husband has consented to a lot of pink in here. And it just makes my heart soar because when I see my favorite color, I feel so happy. But those curtains are from Target. This lamp is from Target, and it has plant growing light bulbs in it, which works really well for my little plant corner here. I adore all my beautiful plants so much. Another mid-century reproduction starburst. That's a clock from Amazon. And on the TV screen here, I have a little screensaver. There's an Etsy shop where you can get essentially just like a really, really high resolution picture to use as a TV screensaver. So I do that using Amazon Photos. So if anybody's curious, I have more candles lit. I have my little pet camera because when we're not home, we watch the dogs sleep on the couch. It's so cozy. Plants. Okay, this is really special to get to talk to you and show you finally, because I haven't officially addressed this in a YouTube video, but this is the dining table of my dreams. I'm so happy I have this. I have wanted a vintage Formica dining table forever, and we finally found one on Facebook Marketplace. We got it from the original owners that had it since the 1940s. It was made right here in California back when they used to do stuff like that. And it's just so beautiful. I could just stare into the dreamy texture and surface for hours. Like, it's like a bowling ball. It just makes me so happy. It's this greenish aqua color. And it separates, it has a leaf, which is my dream come true because I love to entertain, and it's hard to fit much of a table in this apartment. So when the leaf is in there, I can get a good 8 people at the table if we cram in comfortably, probably more like 6. But it's just so nice to be able to like have people over for dinner on my beautiful vintage 1940s table. I love it. And I couldn't figure out what chairs to go with it. I really wanted some vintage dinette chairs, but those are so hard to find in good condition. So I actually wound up finding these on the Home Depot website, but I thought they were really cute. I love the bright color of pink. It matches my curtains marvelously. So just such a nice little wash of pink in here. And they were pretty affordable, and they are comfortable enough. Like, I really like them. Also on the table, I always have flowers, even if it's just something really cheap from Trader Joe's. This is a little mix of some things from Trader Joe's. And I love to put them in a vintage coffee carafe. That's one of my favorite things to thrift because I just think they make such fun, funky little vases. And over here we have our Alexa device. I don't want to trigger yours, but that's really good for listening to music too. And we put it in this jukebox, this like gutted reproduction jukebox. So it's really fun when it's playing music. It feels like it's coming from a jukebox. And we have another travel poster there. And I think that's everything I wanted to tell you about in here. So let's go into the bedroom. But this is a big change in here if you haven't been over to my house in a little while, because we used to have the bed on that wall, I think it's really the logical way to set up this room as far as like where the outlets are and everything. But the only natural light comes from the entrance to the balcony right there. And I just really longed to lay in bed and look out the window. I have a hummingbird feeder and I wanted to see the hummingbirds and just all my plants. So we flipped the room and it was the best idea ever. I wish I had it this way the whole time we've lived here. We've lived here like 5 years now, which is such a blessing, honestly. I have moved like every year of my adult life. So it's so nice that we've gotten to live here this long. I hope we get to live here a lot longer, honestly. But anyway, we finally flipped it so I can lay in bed and watch the hummingbirds, and it is the best. I have this vintage style chenille bedspread. It's from the Vermont Trading Company, I think it's called. I love retro chenilles. Like my grandma always had these on her beds, and she always made her bed this way with like the hotel fold. So I'm very fond of that. All the furniture is just IKEA, generic, cheap IKEA stuff. But I think it kind of works. Like everything's in white, so it all matches. And these are actually like for desk storage, but I like a lot of bedside storage. My husband and I both read a lot. He's got some comic books out here right now. He's got a cute photo of us on his bedstand. Aw. And these lamps, I think, were from Target. I don't know. They were like on our wedding registry 12 years ago. But across from the bed, we have the dresser. Again, IKEA. Sorry for my laundry. That's like so graphic. But you know, this is like you just popped into my house. My laundry basket's out. What can I say? I don't have a covered one because my husband has to throw his clothes from like very far away and make a basket. So, okay, we have this painting or this picture also from IKEA. I realize that from a design standpoint, that is not good design, but for some reason I just like it. It just kind of works that it takes that whole wall. I enjoy it. And we have a TV in here. My husband's a big TV person, so he's a big, film guy, I should say. So we have another TV in here with another screensaver going. This one's actually a 3D TV, so that's really fun to watch movies. And on this dresser top, I have some of my vintage flamingo collection. I adore flamingos. This one's really cool. It's a candlestick holder that its neck wraps around. These are all things I've just found thrifting or antiquing. Some more candlestick holders, another flamingo, and another essential oil diffuser. That one has lemongrass in it. This orchid is in its like dormant phase. It doesn't have any buds on it, so I literally like stuck baby in a corner here. Poor thing. But over here is my happy place, one of my many happy places in this tour, but this is my vanity corner. It's not some fabulous vintage vanity. I hope one day to have one. It's actually just another assortment of IKEA stuff, but I do need a lot of storage, so that works out really well. And I have all sorts of beautiful little knickknacks on the desktop, more vintage ashtrays, also from Madonna Inn, their glasswork. This set is a 1950s vanity set with pink with butterflies. Oh my gosh, this is one of my most precious things that I own. Like, would run into a fire for. I treasure it so much. I love it. This is a facial steamer. It's like so spa level to steam your face at home. I love doing that. Some of my beloved perfumes are out here. Skincare, all of that stuff. This is where I do my makeup. These are some paintings that my husband made me, so they are very special. And I just treasure everything. I have some vintage packaging that I really love. This is like absolute treasure right here. My vintage compacts and things that I actually use. They're all full of makeup that I still use. So really special. Love. And the scentscape in here right now is honeysuckle. My aunt got me these honeysuckle candles that smell so good. So I have that one and a couple of candles on this dresser here that I light sometimes. We've got a full-length mirror from HomeGoods with a vintage light on it. Really cute. And this bathroom is the powder room. This is my bathroom. I may or may not have taken this from the Madonna Inn. Don't tell them. But obviously my husband shares this bathroom too. But we had an agreement in our 2-bedroom apartment that this one would be primarily mine. So I love it. It's so pink and girly in here. Let's turn the lights on. Isn't it so fun? I love my powder room. It's kind of a mix of like some old Hollywood theme, mostly bird themed. I'll show you all my little things. More twinkle lights in here. We did these countertops in contact paper and I love them because my dream is to have like a 1950s pink tiled bathroom. But for now I have this contact paper. I have a lot of vintage like swans that I collect. I love shells. I got these trays at the thrift store. This is all more thrifted treasure. Another swan. This is from Madonna Inn. Love all that stuff. Have some photos of flamingos taking flight. And these are actually some candles that I made, those shells. This is a vintage shower curtain that I truly treasure. I think it's 1950s based on the packaging. It was still in the packaging. So cool. And I just love swans and flamingos. This is another vintage thing. This is my all-time favorite swan that I've ever acquired. Like the curve of its little head and its little curly tail, I just think it's so pretty. And I have some eucalyptus in there right now. This is a tissue holder that holds a phone too, but it looked kind of empty when my phone wasn't in there. So my husband surprised me with putting that picture from one of my favorite shows, the Donna Reed show. And up here, okay, wait, this needs a moment. Ah, my perfume shrine. I love, 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 love perfume. I have some videos on that, but we're probably due for an update. Up here is some special like little vintage soap decor that I have. I just love it all. And the scentscape in here is vanilla. I have vanilla bean in my wax warmer. This one, it smells so good. And some vanilla hand soap and some vanilla candles by my bathtub. Back through here, this light fixture is from IKEA, by the way. And we have to step outside to probably the happiest of my many happy places on this video. But I love my little tiny outdoor space. It's real small, y'all. But it is just a little balcony that I have literally floor to ceiling. I just think it's so special. I love having all my plants. I have this high top table so we can have meals out here and I can do my little gardening. It's just fun. I have some more vintage ashtrays that I collect. I don't smoke, y'all. I just like to have little knick-knack trays. I have a plant stand that's like packed to the gills with plants. And that's a wreath I actually made. I have a giant pinwheel because it makes me happy. I have bubble stuff. And I love to sit out here and blow bubbles and watch the sunset. Lots and lots of plants. I have twinkle lights out here year round. I like go big for Christmas, but there's always something going on. I just love to sit out here and watch the hummingbirds. They are always year round coming to the hummingbird feeder and watching the sunsets out here. I just adore it. It's like, I just make the most of my little fake yard that I have. I painted this sign. This was just for Michael's. But this is my little paradise, y'all. I love it so much. Oh, did you not expect me to come in that way? Did I scare you? I just realized we haven't seen my other doggy yet. We need to go find him really quick. I call this his room because he would always go under the bed. I could not get him to stop, so I finally put his bed down there, and he loves it. Do you see? Hey, baby. How are you? Sweet senior boy. Love you, baby. We call it his room because he literally like closes the curtain behind him when he goes in there. It's so cute. And this one's Cinderella. I don't remember if I told you that. Cindy, you good girl? Yes, you are. Okay, so coming into here, into the hallway, I have my Santa Claus bowl mold. He gets to be out all year round because storage is an issue when you live in an apartment and you love as many things as I love. So he honestly cheers us up all year round. My husband agrees, like, it's so fun to get to see Santa all the time. We got the dog toys. We got my treasured vintage book collection. We have a video coming up on this, but all my vintage beauty books, vintage cookbooks, vintage everything. Housekeeping, I love all that stuff. I think it's so fascinating to read books from the past. Have some vintage magazines, really fun stuff. It's fun to write letters. So this is my little nook. We got family photos. We got a picture of a deer. We have laundry and storage in there. This is a painting my brother-in-law made. He is so talented. Look how cute that is. I will link his Etsy shop. You can actually get greeting cards with this print. I'm so lucky I have the original, but he does really amazing work and then sells it as greeting cards. And this is workspace number 1. It's just this little built-in nook. I was in the middle of papering it pink and I ran out of paper. So you can see why I felt the need to change it, because this is what it looks like naturally. But just pretend it's all pink. And it's kind of a little maximalist space. I have my little bulletin board, just little things I get in letters, and I don't know. It's all stuff that makes me happy. Pictures. A little tiny picture of my mom down there. That clown was my grandma. She collected clowns, but not in a creepy way. It wasn't creepy back then. And I just think it's charming. I love having a little piece of her collection. Oh, and we didn't even talk about the elephant in the room. Nate got me this giant teddy bear that he won at the arcade, and I love him, but I never know what to do with him. Like, where does one keep such a thing? So he sits at my desk, and then when I need to come to work, I politely move him. But I have to tell you, it actually sets a really nice tone for my workday, because it's like nothing too serious can happen when you have to move a teddy bear out of your chair. And also we just like pat his head as we walk by. I don't know. It's like a little endorphin boost. I love him. And now we come to the bathroom. My friend with the cricket made us these labels for our bathrooms. But this truly is the bat room. This is Nate's domain. He had full jurisdiction over the bat theme. He was like, be sure you show them with the lights off so they can see the cool lighting. So adorable. So he has some images from comics that he loves, Gotham, shower curtain, Batman, everything. That was actually like a little light that we thrifted. Bat duck. The Batman countertop display. He likes to have his products out, and this is his bathroom, so he does what he wants. When we have company, I usually tidy it up a little bit, but this is the stuff that he likes. I do put out a candle for him in here sometimes. I think he appreciates it. I don't know. He mostly just cares about his bat light. And he has this door hanger that I think is hilarious in the context of a bathroom. Because we are not above bathroom humor. You gotta laugh at these things. Okay, the last room to go to down the hallway is the office. And it's better known as Johnny's room right now. Johnny, hey baby. I just did a video about this beautiful, sweet kitty we rescued. He is so sweet. I'm sorry I woke you. Look at this panther. Are you a wild panther? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Sweet Johnny Cats. Yes, you. Yes. Can I show them your room, sleepy boy? So this room was originally like my all pink home office. And then my husband started working from home most of the time too. So it's half pink, my stuff on that side. And then it's half manly stuff over here. Nate always wanted to have a collection of movie posters accompanied by their sword. Honestly, I think that's the most adorable collection. And then some of his things that he loves. And we're big fans of just embracing our inner child and loving what we love. Makes life so much fun. So that's his side of the room. Although this is my typewriter collection. I used to have more, but when we moved from Georgia to California, I had to get rid of most of them. But those two are vintage. She's not in good working condition right now. That one types like a dream. This one's actually a modern reproduction typewriter. My dream is to own a vintage pink typewriter one day. And then we just have the desk, which is now like cat territory because the dogs can't get up here. This is another one by Fred brand, 9 Lives Lounge. My beloved Disney collection. Mostly Cinderella. Cinderella is my girl. But I also love Beast, and I just love to collect, as you know by now. So I have some real little treasures in here. And these are all things that I've gotten as gifts or I've collected over a really long time. That's one thing with collections is I think it's something to do just piece by piece over time. Obviously it's so expensive if you try to just buy everything all at once. And honestly, the most fun part is the hunt, the chase. So I would encourage you to just enjoy that if you're starting a collection, and just get stuff piece by piece so you can enjoy that. And yeah, we love it. We love it in here. It's very cozy. Right, Johnny? It's your favorite room. You hang out in here all the time, and we have to tell you to come be social. Fierce beast. Oh, look at the beast with the tummy. Hi, baby. It's kind of funny because I've been meaning to make this apartment tour for so long, and just things kept getting in the way. And then most recently what got in the way was that we rescued this cat, and I realized I think I couldn't do the apartment tour because we weren't all here. Right, Johnny? Now we're all here. Oh, sweet boy. So nice. So nice having a little kitty in the home. Such a good boy. And we've talked about this in another video, but I don't surf. Wish I was that cool, but I have a surfboard for other reasons. I like to lay on an incline. It's like an old school beauty treatment. So that's what my surfboard is for. And you guys, I think we did it. That's my whole kooky, kitschy apartment. Eclectic and funky, and I think pretty fun. And when I think about our apartment, I just feel like it's full of life because of the pets. And right, Cindy? Yes, yes. And because of the plants and the color and all of our interests and passions. But yeah, I think all the little things that make us are here in this apartment, and that's really special. I had to come back in the office to sign off because I feel like what little light is left, we filmed this on like a Sunday cozy evening duskish time. Whatever light's left is in this room. It gets the best light. So thank you so much for coming over. I hope you felt like you got a little bit of a relaxing break at a friend's house. That's what I wanted to share with you, and just to show you my home because it makes me really happy, and I really hope your nest makes you happy. Even if we're renters, even if we don't have our dream house or our permanent house or our forever home, bless you. I do think our apartments can still be really special and full of life and full of whatever makes you, you, because that's so beautiful. And I just want the best for you guys and your little nests. So I will see you in my next video. Hit subscribe if you want to join me for more fun like this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.